Life's trails can be tough. It's natural to sometimes feel a little lost. We get it. We want to be your partner as you travel, lightening your load, providing the best routes and clearing new roads, using the right technology, standing by our communities, leading you to your dreams with insight and passion. We've been down this path before, guiding people like you since 1931 toward your dreams and your goals. We're driven by Midwestern values, community, integrity, plain old hard work, caring about you, your wishes, and your well-being. That's just who we are. We're here to help you along your road of life, encouraging you to go for it. We're all on our own journey, and we want to be a part of yours. Let's blaze your trail together. Welcome to Blaze Credit Union.
And so without further ado, the Upper Midwest Emmy Awards begin right now.
Please welcome your host for the 26th Annual Upper Midwest Emmy Awards, Joe Schmit from KSTP TV.
Howdy. Hello, everybody. Wow. What a room. What a room. It's great that people actually applauded for me, because I think since I retired from TV at the end of April, people like me more now than when I was on TV. I'm not sure that's a good thing. But people asked me, they said, Joe, what are you going to do with all your time now that you're not in the wide world of sports anymore? And I thought very seriously about becoming a certified grief counselor. You see, I'm used to dealing with pain and agony. I covered the Minnesota Vikings for 40 years. That's a lot of pain and agony. Well, congratulations to everybody for being here. Thanks for all being here. We know you're bursting at the seams right now, cutting loose, ready to get this thing going. So let's get those fingers in shape, because what we're going to do is we want to make sure we use social media, fire up those social media machines, whether you're posting it to Gram, X, Snap, Faceplace, or whatever app you wild and crazy kids use nowadays. Make sure that you tweet it out. Be loud and proud. At Midwest Emmys, and also use hashtag Midwest Emmys, because if it's not on social media, we know it did not happen. All right, buckle up, folks. Let's go tonight. We are celebrating 93 categories. 93. Wow. And Boyd Hooper has only been nominated in 40 of them. Hey, before you start sweating, we're not going to have speeches from 93 people. Fewer speeches mean we have more time to party and more time to gamble. And just like the past few years, we are going to announce categories in groups. And then comes the big moment, nominee videos, a digital envelope, and bam. Now our winners will shine on screen. When your name pops up, head to the stage while your highlight clip rolls. So make sure you come on over here, clutch that gold, smile for the cameras, then swoosh, exit through the back for a signature and snapshot. Now, when I happen to be up on stage, you can give a speech. We don't need a long speech tonight, like maybe 15 seconds, that'd be great. If I'm down on the floor introducing, or we have a video guest introducing the presenters, that is the time you just do a victory lap. You grab that trophy, you smile for the camera, and you walk off stage looking fabulous. And please, if somebody is MIA, no replacements. Don't come up here and say, we're sorry they couldn't make it. They made the choice not to be here. They might have a bad excuse like their daughter's getting married or something. So make sure you don't come up for somebody else. All right, let's get through a couple of things so we tidied up the house so we can dive into the heart of the matter. Let's begin by paying tribute to the nominees in the historical, cultural, and nostalgic content.
Nominees for Outstanding Historical, Cultural, and Nostalgia News. A Legacy Lives On, NDC4. Evie's Diaries. CARE. HIM Marathon. CARE. Minnesota's Decommissioned Water Towers. CARE. Rondo's Reflections. KSTP. Saving a Story. CARE. The Homegrown History of Giant Pumpkin Competitions. Iowa PBS. Wellstone's Green Bus comes back. CARE. There are 2 recipients in this category. The regional Emmy goes to Evie's Diaries. CARE, Boyd Hubert, reporter. Kim Marathon. CARE, Sammy Selena, reporter.
The girl on the far right in this school boys is Evie Risky at age 10.
My first diary.
With a new Christmas gift from her father.
Grandmas were at our place and Clarence walked from Monte Alma.
Even if he needs to leave the pews for the throne.
He's drinking like a whole water every hour.
His kids came up with the idea to raise money telethon style when they reached half of their $300,000 goal.
Nominees for Outstanding Historical, Cultural, Nostalgia, Short Form. Celebrating 50 years at Orchestra Hall, Minnesota Orchestra. Cyrus M. Running Mural, Prairie Public. For Strangers, Twin Cities PBS. Holy Maple Syrup, Ron Shera Productions. Little Italy Family is Everything, Prairie Public. The regional Emmy goes to For Strangers, Twin Cities PBS. Sergio M. Rockery, producer.
I've met a lot of Burmese people, but you also
I'm
Thai.
not Burmese.
Hmm?
I'm not Burmese.
You Thai?
No, I'm not Thai either. Okay. Do I get to explain? Okay, let's just say immigrant sounds nicer than being a refugee.
Nominees for Outstanding Historical Cultural Nostalgia Long Form. A Life Lived by Faith, Pioneer PBS. Music Making History, How a Song Saved a Theater, Minnesota Historical Society. Remember the Magic, a look back at Dayton's holiday shows, Twin Cities PBS. Taking Flight, Tom Clifford and John Odegaard, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. The regional Emmy goes to Music Making History, How a Song Saved the Theater, Minnesota Historical Society, Ned Hurley, editor.
This is an original 1952 set of the Anthology of American Folk Music, edited by Harry Smith. Volume 2 was called Social Music. Right smack in the middle is Moonshiner's Dance.
This is for all the people who trust us to share their stories, including Evie at the age of 100, both historical and cultural. Thank you.
We did a story on a 24-hour hymn marathon, and St. John's let Mitch and I sleep on their floor. So thank you very much to St. John's. We appreciate you guys.
Nice and short and sweet. Thank you so much. Congratulations to the winners. This evening is a celebration. It is a gathering of talent, passion, and dedication. But if we may, let's just take a moment to reflect. Our storytellers this year shared the joy of life at its brightest, the joyful milestones, the victories, the moments that make us cheer. And they have also bravely shown us that life can get tough sometimes. It's heavy, the heartbreaks, the struggles, the stories that stay with us long after the video fades to black. So tonight we ask for your compassion. Please honor the journeys of others with the respect that they deserve. Yes, this is the night to celebrate, but let's celebrate with heart. Kind, warm, respectful applause in the truest way to honor the stories being recognized. If you don't win, a little golf clap will work. Tonight's about excellence, not who gets the highest score. And you just saw in our previous group, there may be one award or more than one award in any given category. So let's keep the ball rolling. Our next group, we have to get up here because they got to go to bed early tonight because they are the warriors who get our news ready every morning.
Nominees for Outstanding Daytime Newscast, markets 76 plus. KTTC Morning News First Alert Day, March Blizzard. March Blizzard, News 4 at noon, KTIV. Midday in Kelloland. School Bus Fire, WDAY. The regional Emmy goes to March Blizzard, News 4 at noon, KTIV. Katie Koppel, producer.
Snowstorm of the season so far for the last official day of winter. Heavy, wet snow, winds gusting more than 60 miles per hour.
Nominees for Outstanding Daytime Newscast, markets 1 through 75. Greenfield Strong, 1 year later. WOI. KARE 11 Sunrise. KCCI News 8 This Morning, end of legislative session. WCCO Mornings 6 a.m. newscast. The regional Emmy goes to KARE 11 Sunrise. Corinne Stay, producer.
Now on Sunrise, Suni Lee and the U.S. women's gymnastics teams are the Golden Girls once again. The big moments and brand new reaction from when St. Paul's hometown Olympian struck gold.
There's nothing the KTIV team does better than weather coverage, and this is proof of that. Thank you.
Thank you. This isn't just our award. This is all of our award from KTIV. That was a stressful day. We all made it work, and look at us. We did it. I'm so proud of all of us. Thank you.
Wow. When you have a reporter on a BMX track before 7 a.m., you know you have something special. Our entire pep rally for Paris series was so dynamic and exciting, something we try to do on Sunrise every day. So thank you so much for this, our entire team. We just love it so much. Thanks.
Sunrise back-to-back, baby!
All right, so here's the deal. If you happen to win an award, you have 2 reasons to come through this door over here. 1, there's a restroom right over here. And 2, this is where you get your sign for your Emmy. You have to sign for your Emmy to keep it. So come back here, I'll show you what we're doing. So you win your Emmy. The restroom's over there in case you have to do both. You might, all of a sudden get so anxious you need to go to the bathroom. Anyway, these beautiful young ladies here will sign you to make sure the right person gets the right Emmy and that we know that it's not being pawned yet. So then we're going to come over here. Excuse me, guys, got to get out of the way. The TV, this is live stuff. Then you come over here and you stand in front of the camera, you get your picture taken, you look good, you post it on social media, you make sure you do a humble brag. I want to see that, not a lot of humble brags. So that is what you do. By the way, if you do not pick up your Emmy tonight, it's going to cost you $50. So you want to make sure that you pick up your Emmy tonight because it's going to cost $50 to send it. So let's go to our next category. And our next category is talent behind the camera, people who do graphic arts and directing.
Nominees for Outstanding Graphic Arts: Arthur Koo Composite, Vikings Entertainment Network. Athene Proctor and Accumulator Motion Graphics, Trillix. MC22 Sports Opens Composite, MediaCom MC22. Ryan Gauss Composite, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. The regional Emmy goes to Ryan Gauss Composite, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Newscast or live recorded live program. Addie Cherneau Composite, WCCO. Election Night 2024, KWWL. Isaac Rice Composite, CCX Media Northwest Community Television. Jamie Rogers Composite, KARE. Severe weather coverage, KSTP. The regional Emmy goes to Isaac Rice Composite, CCX Media Northwest Community Television.
When you opening tip, then you can trigger. So I'll use you live for opening tip, and then you can trigger, please. I think they will go with the physicality. Stand by the bug, make sure it's all good to go. Those football guys. Ready two. That's a good play.
Nominees for Outstanding Director, Short or Long Form. Cleared for Takeoff, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. Corey Hepala, My Town, The Brookshire Company. Dickie Shakes You, Trillix. Stage music docuseries composite, Twin Cities PBS. Taking Flight, Tom Clifford and John Odegaard, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. The regional Emmy goes to Dickie Shakes You, Trillix. Cole Bates Nora, Director.
Cops will come around, I can't believe you. There's nothing in your way, yet you choose you're gonna stay. I can't believe you.
Good evening. I'm Kevin Kiergaard, Chief Photographer at Kelloland TV in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Ever since I was 16 years old, I've been carrying a camera around. Not only do I get to cover the great faces and places of South Dakota, but I also get to capture the sights and sounds of nature all across the Midwest for CBS Sunday mornings. Now, after 40 years of shooting and editing, people often ask me, how much longer are you going to do this? I always tell them the same thing, as long as I can. You know, it's because I love every day as much as the first day. And I think that comes from some advice my grandpa gave me as a kid. He told me when things get noisy and busy, go to the other side of the trees where the wild things live. Give yourself a break, hit the reset button. And when you're done there, find that place and those people that inspire you and excite you. For me, every year that happens right here in this room. You guys are the best. Good luck to everybody tonight, and with that, here are the nominees for Outstanding Editors and Photographers.
Nominees for Outstanding Editor, News and Sports. Caitlin Clark, Iowa Career Mixtape, Hawk Vision Productions. Casey Hooker Composite, KMSP. Dater Daddy Composite, CARE. Jason Stussy Composite, CARE. Surviving Flight 4819, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Caitlin Clark, Iowa Career Mixtape, Hawk Vision Productions. Dalton Conrad, editor.
Must-see TV.
Fox. Generationally, she might be an Allen Iverson in her era.
She is the needle.
Woman who has captivated the entire world. Sells out arenas everywhere she goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Clark.
Nominees for Outstanding Editor, Long or Short Form. Broadcast Wars, Twin Cities PBS. Cleared for Takeoff, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. David Kuznicki, editor. Drawn to the Stars, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. Luminary 2025, editor Reel, Luminary Creative. Micah Davis, editor Composite, Storytime with Steve and Micah. The regional Emmy goes to Broadcast Wars, Twin Cities PBS. Nathan Riopel, editor.
Good evening, everyone. The scene tonight.
There was a time when people would stop what they were doing to watch the evening news.
The local news was everything.
We were going to be the pinnacle of Big J journalism.
Nominees for Outstanding Photographer, News and Sports. Dater Daddy Composite, CARE. Devin Krinke Composite, CARE. Iowa Athletics All-Sport Highlight, Hawk Vision Productions. Lunaman 2025 Photography Composite, WCCO. The regional Emmy goes to Dater Daddy Composite, CARE. Tommy Platt, photographer.
Starting this morning live with our pep rally for Paris.
Is that Morgan?
Is that Morgan? She got on a bike. That is dedication.
I'm proud.
Look at that.
We're beginning with a live look from the beautiful White Bear Lake in Delwood.
Nominees for Outstanding Photographer, Short or Long Form. Hoppers, Ron Shera Productions. Kenny Knudsen Composite, Iowa PBS. Luminary 2025 Cinematographer Reel, Luminary Creative. Micah Kvitt, My Town, The Brookshire Company. Return of the Trumpeters, Steve Devon Films. The regional Emmy goes to Hoppers, Ron Shera Productions. Aaron Achtenberg, videographer.
This is called the Driftless area. Almost every valley has a trout stream in it. It's pretty special because it's kind of unknown still.
This ordeal went well into the night. This group keeps getting bigger.
Last October, you win some, you lose some. I'm down by the water. The camera is up on the bike trail. We Energy says expect your January bill to be 35 to 40% higher than it was this time last year. Sigh.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jonathan Gregg, and I'm the lead MMJ at Spectrum News Kentucky, based here in Louisville. You might be asking yourself, if he's in Kentucky, where's his southern accent? Well, I was actually born on a pile of dirt in Iowa many years ago, and the Upper Midwest chapter is where my career started. In fact, any success that I've had in my own 20-year career, I owe to the dedicated journalists of the Upper Midwest chapter. They have helped inspire me to sharpen my own skill set as a reporter, photographer, and editor, and newsroom leader. Now, without further ado, here are your nominees for Video Essayist, MMJ, and Solo Storytellers.
Nominees for Outstanding Video Essayist: Ballin in Dakota County, Town Square Television; Viking Eau Claire Bridges, Soul Shine Creative Studio; Fishing for a Buick, Care; High Water Sorrow, Care. The regional Emmy goes to Fishing for a Buick, Care, David Peterlins, Video Essayist.
So today's the day.
Good to get it out.
Is it lighting up? Is it doing anything? It's just been a weird winter for us. Normally we don't get that many this early. I am with American Towing and Recovery from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, and my name is Corey Alberts.
These guys know what they're doing.
Fishing for a Buick.
Nominees for Outstanding Multimedia Journalist: Chaz Moots Shoots, CCX Media Northwest Community Television; Severson Solo Stories, Care; The Cheers of West St. Paul, NDC4; Trimesters and Tripods, Care. The regional Emmy goes to Chaz Moots Shoots, CCX Media Northwest Community Television; Chaz Moots, multimedia journalist.
At the Champlin Park Ice Forum, the game gets a little bigger for the boys in blue and white when the Andover Huskies come into their barn. Head coach Tom Potter,
It's a rivalry game, right? So you want to make sure you bring your best.
has never beat the Huskies in his 5 years on the job.
Nominees for Outstanding Solo Storyteller, Short or Long Form: Dan Carpenter Composite, Edina TV; Joe Maurer Cooperstown Composite, Bally Sports North; Justin Cubbage Composite, EAPC; Kings in the North, Lake Sturgeon Recovery in the Red River, Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. The regional Emmy goes to Justin Cubbage Composite, EAPC; Justin Cubbage, Solo Storyteller.
Over the last 10 years, the fire service has really become aware of the dangers that we face, carcinogens, the things that we're bringing back into the fire station, into our families, into our homes.
All right, let's hear it for all these winners in the last categories here. Fantastic. Well, if you live in the upper Midwest, you know that it can be incredibly cold in the winter. We have a few weathermen and the weather people in the audience today. Well, there's something that everybody can enjoy. You can explore, you can be a foodie, you can be a hobbyist, and celebrating that spirit. Tonight, here are your nominees for Outstanding Magazine and Lifestyle Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Magazine Program: Iowa Life Episode 203, Iowa PBS; Minnesota Bound Snow Much Fun, Ron Shera Productions; Racing for Honor, PBS North; Taste Buds Sweet and Savory Pumpkin Bites, KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Iowa Life Episode 203, Iowa PBS; Teresa Knight, Executive Producer.
Coming up on this episode of Iowa Life, we'll find out how young people in the deaf and hard of hearing community share their love of baseball.
Even though you do have this impairment, that it doesn't have to stop you.
Nominees for Outstanding Lifestyle News: Celebrating 90 in Style, KBJR; Don't Judge a JNA by its first letter, CARE; Finding Christmas, CARE; Loose Ends Project, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Finding Christmas, CARE, Sandy Selena, reporter;
Merry Christmas, everyone. There's a few of us here at KARE 11 that are working today to make sure the news gets on air. So we thought, what better way to spend Christmas than crashing someone's party? And this is Jack, our producer, who's also working on the holiday. He's gonna help me pick a random neighborhood.
Nominees for Outstanding Lifestyle Short Form: Bird Dog's First Hunt, Ron Shera Productions; Driven to Excellence, Pioneer PBS; Jonathan Lang's Outdoor Adventures, Ron Shera Productions; Luke and Jenny, Storytime with Stephen Micah; Waconia Ice Boats, Ron Shera Productions. The regional Emmy goes to Driven to Excellence, Pioneer PBS; Dana Conroy, producer.
I didn't really fit into the mold of your typical public school system, and I definitely learned differently than sitting in a classroom with books in front of me. But I could apply all of those same things, math, English, all those things, if I was hands-on building and creating.
Nominees for Outstanding Lifestyle Long Form: Mounting a Memory, Pioneer PBS; My Town, The Brookshire Company; Road Trip Iowa, Driftless Area Scenic Byway, Iowa PBS; Taste Buds Season 2 Premiere, State Fair with Nerdy, KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Taste Buds Season 2 Premiere, State Fair with Nerdy, KMSP.
Ready, girls? Yep. Let's go! Season 2 Taste Buds! Guess what, Normie? Season 2 is coming your way! Woo!
A big thank you to our parents for being understanding and letting us work on Christmas to do this story. Thanks, guys.
Long live PBS!
Well, tonight we are not only celebrating amazing achievements, but let's not forget about the future of this business. The kids who are working in our high school and college classrooms. The kids who someday are going to take your job because you're too old. Let's not forget about them. So we want to help them out with the silent auction. I hope you checked out the silent auction because it's been tremendous. A lot of great things there. You can help fuel the next generation of great journalism talent in the upper Midwest. It's a big deal. Every dollar raised tonight goes to those scholarships. So go ahead, take a gander at those outfits. If you want to get the QR code, you can do that. If you want to spend crazy because you had too much to drink, go ahead and do that too. Don't worry, bragging rights are free. Well, you know, we want to give special thanks to one of the great sponsors here at the Emmys. And Tim McNiff, Emmy winner himself, a former sportscaster who is now some big shot with Blaze. And I'm supposed to have a microphone, but I don't. But this is what we call ad lib. We'll make it work. Tim, first of all, tell me why does Blaze, we got one now. Why does Blaze get so involved in everything? They seem to be involved in the community in just about everything.
One of our core values is giving back. We want to better the community in any way that we can. And when somebody like Diana Pierce calls and wants a meeting, you take the meeting because she's a queen, right? And so she talked to us about this, and for us to be involved, from Dan Stoltz and everybody else on at Blaze Credit Union, we're thrilled to be on board and just looking at all the talent in the house tonight. Why not?
And you know, I got to admit here that I am a Blaze member. As a matter of fact, because of that and the investments I've made, I have enough money, Tim, to last me the rest of my life. I just have to die before Thursday, but other than that. So.
Well, the nice thing is, Joe, we have financial counseling at all of our 28 branches, so just stop right in and we'll take care of you.
I know it wouldn't take you long to do a commercial. Let's see once. Now, how long has it been since you were on the air?
38 years.
No, how long has it been? Let's see if you still have your chops. Read the next nominee.
Oh my God. You mean the teleprompter?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, sometimes you only get, say, 30 seconds or maybe a minute to make a pitch or try to help a cause. And we're going to talk about the people that make that happen. Here are your nominees for outstanding PSAs and commercials.
Nominees for Outstanding Public Service Announcement: Iowa One Call, Even Ronnie Knows Campaign, Trilix. One Choice Can Change Everything, Emily's Hope. Our Roots Where Good Things Grow, Ron Nichols Communications. The University of Iowa Nurturing Healthy Minds PSA Campaign, Trilix. The Regional Emmy goes to Iowa One Call, Even Ronnie Knows Campaign, Trilix. Brett Adams, Executive Producer.
Meet Ronnie. He's got his eyes on the future and a plan to make this jalopy electric. Skip the bump and save some green. Just needs a little elbow grease and a whole lot of watts. Can you feel the electricity? Ronnie doesn't always make the best life decisions. But even Ronnie knows to never dig without contacting Iowa One Call first.
Nominees for Outstanding Commercial: Science On for the Science Museum of Minnesota, Walk the Moon Media. Golden Rule Times Change, Luminary Creative. Pancheros Bob the Tool Campaign, Trilix. Step Up Your Game, Unreal 2025 Super Bowl Commercial, Unreal. Vikings International Collection Commercial, Vikings Entertainment Network. The Regional Emmy goes to Step Up Your Game, Unreal 2025 Super Bowl Commercial, Unreal. Troy Beckman, Executive Producer.
What's up? Wait, whoa, you got the new Unreal drop.
Yeah, no one told you?
No one tells me anything. That's looking good.
We do look good.
I gotta step my game up. Excuse me. Vests too? Unreal. Unreal!
Nominees for Outstanding Branded Content, Short or Long Form: Best Buy, Best Shot, Jaybird Films. Make-A-Wish Iowa, Morgan Story, Trilix. Northside Barbershop, Knock Incorporated. The Pancheros Burrito Lift, a Hawkeye Game Day tradition, Trilix. We Are the State of Hockey, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Zanari's Wish, United Health Group, Tilt Studios. The Regional Emmy goes to Best Buy, Best Shot, Jaybird Films. Jay Christensen, Drone Photographer.
Hi, nominees. This is Fan Survey, the best looking man in comedy. You may recognize me from billboards and TV commercials all over the Twin Cities. Can I let you into my secret of promotion? Make them feel something. Make them laugh. Make them cry. Make them wonder why. I've pitched everything from the Taste of Minnesota, Solo Wheat Market, Variety Beauty Supply, Taco Bell, and everyone heard my car lot ads. If you have bad credit, no credit, even a bankruptcy, I can put you in a vehicle today. Here are your nominees for Outstanding Promotion.
Nominees for Outstanding News Promotion Topical: After George Floyd, 5 years, 5 stories, KMSP. Apple River stabbing convicting Nicolay Mew, KMSP. Greenfield Strong, 1 year after the devastation, KCCI. Normandy, 80 years later, WCCO. Santa Tracker, KTIV. Viking Ship, WCCO. There are 2 recipients in this category. The Regional Emmy goes to Normandy 80 Years Later, WCCO, Erica Jansen, producer. Viking Ship, WCCO, Kevin Kamen, director.
I'm John Lordson. Join me on a very special journey as I travel to France to bring you amazing stories of World War II veterans from Minnesota as they head to Normandy 80 years later.
CCO is bringing you the Minnesota Vikings.
Never miss a moment of the action. The Vikes host the Titans this Sunday only on CCO at noon. And don't miss our live pregame at 10:30. Skol, baby, skol.
Seriously, someone brought snacks, right?
Nominees for Outstanding News Promotion Image. Black History Month Sharing Voices Shaping Tomorrow, KCCI. Caddy Meteorologist, KSTP. Dakota News Now Image 2025, KSFY KDLT. Road Warrior Image Campaign, KGAN KFXA. Storm Team 8 Strength of a Promise, KCCI. The Regional Emmy goes to Storm Team 8 Strength of a Promise, KCCI. Leah Bakuya, producer.
Meteorology is a complex science, and we've assembled a team that not only has that scientific background and meteorology degrees, but are really good communicators.
The storm will be at your door in the next 5 minutes.
Whether it's severe weather coverage or whether you're just trying to plan your day.
Nominees for Outstanding Non-News Promotion Program and Image. 40 years of public access TV, Speak MPLS. Home of the Brave, KCCI. Taste Buds with Stephanie 2024 Image, KMSP. The Neighborhood Name Debacle, KSTC. The Regional Emmy goes to Taste Buds with Stephanie 2024 Image, KMSP. Michelle Truex, Executive Producer.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hansen. What are we making today? I think the best moments in life are homemade.
You got a little bit of bacon on you.
Surrounded by great food, great drinks, and great people.
This is a cultural exchange.
I'm exploring the flavors and fun of cooking in your own kitchen.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Promotion. 20 years of tournaments on 45 TV, KSTC. 2025 Vikings schedule release, Vikings Entertainment Network. State of Hockey, Minnesota Wild, Jaybird Films. The Roundtable, Spectrum News. The Regional Emmy goes to State of Hockey, Minnesota Wild, Jaybird Films. Jay Christensen, Drone Photographer.
Good evening, State of Hockey and friends, and welcome to XL Energy Center here in St. Paul, Minnesota, where tonight the Wild continue their homestand as they take on one of their longtime rivals in the Colorado Avalanche. Here they come, your Minnesota Wild!
All the promos, thanks much. By the way, if you happen to lose tonight, you know, you're not feeling very good about it, there is some help. Out in the hallway, the pillow guy has set up a booth there. He'll get a recount if you want it, so you can go do that one. They're only going to get worse as the night goes on. Drink more. It's been a year of sold-out theaters, buzzing auditoriums, and epic concerts. Our next categories celebrate the entertainers and the performers who have worked tirelessly to bring people the joy and escape that they crave. Take a look.
Nominees for Outstanding Arts and Entertainment News. Banding Together, CARE. Full Circle via Unicycle, CARE. Talent is in the Bag, KMSP. The Gift, CARE. The Making of Music, KMSP. Voices of MSP, CARE. The Regional Emmy goes to The Making of Music, KMSP. Scott Wise, photojournalist.
Please welcome Phil Haywood.
We're going to start with this guitar right here. We'll be showcasing the instruments that were built by our students over this last year.
That guitar will never be played by more capable hands than it is right now.
Nominees for Outstanding Arts and Entertainment Short Form. Anything But Brushes, Pioneer PBS. Central Iowa Wind Ensemble, Estuary Motion Studios. Cowboy Mounted Shooting, Iowa PBS. John Olson Glass Blowing, Prairie Public. Making Space for the Art, Pioneer PBS. Meet Principal Clarinet Gabriel Campos Zamora, Minnesota Orchestra. No Boundaries, Pioneer PBS. The Heart of Art, Pioneer PBS. There are 2 recipients in this category. The Regional Emmy goes to Anything But Brushes, Pioneer PBS. Dana Conroy, producer. The Heart of Art, Pioneer PBS, Dana Conroy, producer.
When my mom was pregnant with me, she lived with my grandparents and they had just gotten a kitten, and he was in love with her belly, and then once I was born, he was in love with me.
It's hard to describe what inspires what I'm doing just because it just sort of happens. So I don't like sit down with a thought in mind of like what I want to paint. It kind of just ends up reflecting how I'm feeling.
Nominees for Outstanding Arts and Entertainment Long Form. Afro Contibo, A Legacy of Dance, Pioneer PBS. Detroit Lakes Trolls, Lakeland PBS. From the Fire Your Smith is Forged, A Journey Back to Music, Twin Cities PBS. In the Round Podcast, Year 1, Trillix. Meet Minnesota Orchestra Principal Bassoon, Fei Jia, Minnesota Orchestra. The Regional Emmy goes to From the Fire Your Smith is Forged, A Journey Back to Music, Twin Cities PBS. Kate McDonald, producer.
Tonight, Your Schmit, featuring Rafaela. It's all happening now on the legendary 7th Street Entry stage.
Nominees for Outstanding Entertainment Short Film. Dickie, Little Conversations, Trillix. Dickie, Shakes You, Trillix. Jacob Pavick, Pioneer PBS. Social Cinema Live at Trillix Studio, Trillix. The Fur Coat Chronicles, ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. The Regional Emmy goes to Dickie, Little Conversations, Trillix. Brett Adams, producer. Nominees for Outstanding Entertainment Long Form. Communicating Beauty, Pioneer PBS. Des Moines Metro Opera presents American Apollo, Iowa PBS. Rides with Jay Thomas, Reindeer Ominahe, KVLY. Home for the Holidays, Sioux City Symphony Orchestra. The Regional Emmy goes to Des Moines Metro Opera presents American Apollo, Iowa PBS. Judy Blank, producer.
Everybody in that category is humble. So we have no speeches out of that category. But let's hear from the voice of God.
Please welcome the chairman of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences and former Upper Midwest president and trustee, Terry O'Reilly.
Good evening once again, everyone. In 1946, when television was a brand new medium, there were a handful of visionaries out on the West Coast that came together with a simple but ambitious notion that this industry needed an organization that was going to encourage creativity and excellence and set standards for a medium that was just then beginning to find its voice. From those early gatherings grew ceremonies like this, and from a handful of pioneers, our academy and our sister academy in Los Angeles now count more than 40,000 industry professionals as members from coast to coast, including all of you. But the Emmy Award was never intended to be just a statue. From the beginning, it was a statement. It was a statement that television could be art, that television could matter, and that those who dedicated their lives to this medium deserve to be recognized for their roles as professionals, actively shaping the culture of this nation. Today, the Emmy Awards are more than an American institution. They're recognized all around the world as the gold standard for TV achievement, reminding us that television is a global language these days, one that carries culture, ideas, and values across borders. But tonight, we also must be clear-eyed. Around the world, and even here at home, we are witnessing politically driven efforts to muzzle the media, to bend creativity to partisan will, and to shrink the space for honest voices. This is not a distant threat. This is happening right now. You see it as political pressures are applied to limit journalists, to cancel programs with which some disagree, or in the case of public media, in a direct assault on an industry upon which this country has relied for more than half a century, all in the interest of political experience. So if we remain silent, we risk losing something far greater than awards or accolades. We risk losing the freedom to tell our stories unfiltered, uncoerced, and unafraid. And that's one important reason why the Emmys matter. They're more than a celebration of excellence. They are a declaration of independence, a reminder that speech, storytelling, and creative artistry must never be shackled to the interest of politics or power. And so, as others may try to silence or control this community, we will not retreat. We will stand taller, thank you, we will stand taller, we will speak louder, and we will recommit ourselves to telling the stories that reflect the full richness and full diversity of the American people, and we will do it now. You know, the Emmys began 8 decades ago as a small group of people believed that TV could inform, could inspire, and connect communities across the country, guided by the talent, the integrity, and the imagination of folks like you. It is my great honor to lead this organization and to thank you all for the remarkable, the essential contribution that you make every day to our industry and to our nation. Once again, it's also my pleasure to thank you all and congratulate everyone being honored tonight, the nominees and award winners alike. So on behalf of our Academy, 19,000 of us all around the country, enjoying award ceremonies like this on various weekends, and I get to as many of them as I can. I thank you for joining us tonight. I thank you for participating in this great effort that we make as journalists and broadcasters across this country, and I hope you continue to have a great evening. Now, thank you. I'm privileged to stand before you tonight to bestow the honor, or I have the honor to bestow a handful of awards. And as the chairman of this organization, I am hereby declaring that the recipients of these awards are allowed to give speeches during their segments. It is a delightful reminder that these awardees are set to join the ranks of contenders for next year's National News and Documentary Awards. We'll look forward to seeing them on that stage. So once again, thanks for welcoming here. My heartiest congratulations to everyone. And here are your nominees for Outstanding Breaking News and Investigative categories.
Nominees for Outstanding Breaking Spot News: Brooklyn Park Plane Crash, CARE, Feeding Our Future, Verdicts in Real Time, KSTP, KEYC's Rapidan Dam Failure Breaking News Coverage, Northland Wildfire's First 24 Hours, KBJR. The regional Emmy goes to Brooklyn Park Plane Crash, CARE, Morgan Wolf, Anchor.
Our Sammy Selena that is standing by. Sammy, you have some people in the neighborhood that you've been talking to. Some people witnessed this, some people have seen the aftermath. You know, what are they telling you at this point?
Nominees for Outstanding Investigative Single Report: A Perfect Heart, CARE, Failure to Yield, KMSP. George Floyd all over again. Security guards go rogue, KSTP. The regional Emmy goes to A Perfect Heart, CARE, Kelly Dietz, producer.
Here's investigative reporter AJ Legault with The Perfect Heart.
At one of the most prestigious medical institutions in the world.
They are a crown jewel of the state of Minnesota.
A Carol Levin investigation.
Nominees for Outstanding Investigative Multiple Reports: Costly Crisis, KMSP, Phantom Fixers, CARE, Recovery Inc., The Evergreen Files, CARE, Sinking Sequest, KSTP. The regional Emmy goes to Recovery Inc., The Evergreen Files, CARE. AJ Legault, producer.
It sounds like there might be 2 victims in the house.
A double murder.
It just doesn't make sense.
A search for answers.
What would you call this then?
falsified records.
Surprising confessions.
I did illegal things.
Whistleblower.
My name is Nelson Garcia, Assistant News Director at KARE 11. This day of the Brooklyn Park plane crash, it started off with me in the waiting room, waiting to get a vaccine that morning when I got the phone call that this tragedy happened. And what happened was the team came together and stepped up and delivered, covering this story in a big way, a tragic story, and it was really transformative in the way that we approach and cover breaking news. So I really want to thank the team and thank the Academy, and thank you all.
As it was said earlier in the night, this job isn't about us, it's about the people that let us tell their stories. So I just want to say thank you to Noah's family for letting us tell his, and thank you to my team. I pinch myself every day for being able to work with you all. Thanks.
And our team gets to stay up here. And as our longtime leader, Stacey Nogi, said earlier, to have excellence in journalism, it takes a team. And I get to work with one of the best in Gary and Jason and Kelly. And we also have a pretty important team at home. Gary's got Gail, Kelly's got Nick, Jason's got Carrie, and I have Sheila. So thank you to our team at work and our team at home.
Hey, congratulations to all the winners. I'm back out in the audience, and I'm here with a shrinking violet, known as, she used to have a last name, but now it just goes by Shaletta Makes Me Laugh. Now, Shaletta worked in the Channel 5 newsroom a few years ago, and tell the quick story about the first day it snowed.
Well, I am from Texas, and I came up here in November, and it was snowing, and so I thought we had the day off. I put on my pajamas, I made some hot cocoa, some oatmeal, and Bob Sabo, the assignments manager, wanted to know where I was, and I said, I'm at home, across the street, less than a block away. Where are you? And he said, we go to work in the snow in Minnesota. So that was my first day of snow coverage.
There you go. Well, you worked your magic in social media. I think everybody in this room can probably take a lesson from you because you let it go. What has been the key to you making your brand so strong?
Being authentic and making sure that people see the real me, the ups, the downs, the highs and lows. And, you know, people fall in love with what's real. And I'm a light, you know. You're not getting burned right now because I'm really like fire. I'm a light. And so there's so much darkness in the world right now. People want to laugh. And so, you know, people can always go to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com, sign up for my daily newsletter, and get their happy back. I mean, you gave me the microphone. You thought I wasn't finna pub myself, Joe?
Hey, Shaletta, we already gave out Emmys for promotions. Knock it off. All right. The one and only Shaletta Makes Me Laugh. I'm going to stand up right there. Next, we're going to talk about some stories that remind us of how fragile life can be and how strong the human spirit really is. We honor the journalists who bring us these powerful narratives to life. Here are the nominees for Outstanding Health and Medical Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Health and Medical News: Duluth's Health Gap, KBJR. Forgetting to Remember, Iowa Family Shares Alzheimer's Story, WHO. Going Back and Giving Back, CARE. Kids with Courage, Mighty Micah. KTTC, May's Mission, Town Square Television. Such a Bright Light, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Such a Bright Light, CARE. Rena Sargenopoulos, reporter.
Hold steady.
Oh, that's a big needle.
And here he goes again. But this time, the hope is that there will be many more years on the other side of this new treatment.
If I want more time, and I do, then this is what I have to do.
Nominees for Outstanding Health and Medical, short or long form: A Heart of Gold, Town Square Television. A Mother's Second Chance, Emily's Story, Blue Key Media. Clouds Choir 2024, Meet Alejandro, Atomic K Records and Productions. From the medical field to hayfields, Sanford Health News. How to Care. Center for the Art of Medicine, University of Minnesota Medical School. The regional Emmy goes to How to Care. Center for the Art of Medicine, University of Minnesota Medical School. Brennan Vance, Director.
Can they come in? My father, one thing he would say, people make a difference in people's lives. So if you want to make a difference in people's life, and that is even better than anything else.
Good evening, nominees. I'm Brian Allen, the evening news anchor at Dakota News Now in Sioux Falls. Today's media students look up to their local media professionals, so it is important to personally connect with them. Every June, we offer students a chance to spend an entire week at the Dakota News Now Media Camp. They learn the ins and the outs of the industry. They spend time with all departments, programming, sales, engineering, and of course, news. At the end of the week, they produce their very own newscast that we then air during the evening news. It's our way of preparing the next generation of journalists. I'm honored tonight to introduce our next honorees, the role models for today's media students. Here are your nominees for Education in Schools and Children Youth Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Education in Schools News. Art belongs here. CARE. Higher Ed Under Fire. KSTP. Hugs from Miss Priggy. CARE. It Takes a Village. KMSP. Teacher of the Year Investigation. KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Teacher of the Year Investigation. KMSP. Nathan O'Neill, reporter.
I am Abdul Wright. I'm Minnesota's State Teacher of the Year.
He was just manipulative.
Life experience has shown me the importance of being a good person, the importance of grace, the importance of unconditional love.
Nominees for Outstanding Children, Youth, and Teen News. Kobe's Mow a Wish. CARE. Fishing by Torchlight. CARE. Hang in there, Jace. WCCO. Love Like Luca. CARE. Soul's Journey Home. CARE. Teenagers Surviving Duluth Streets. KBJR. The Kids Can Finally Vote. KCCI. There are 2 recipients in this category. The regional Emmy goes to Kobe's Mow a Wish. CARE. Boyd Hoopert, reporter. Teenagers Surviving Duluth Streets. KBJR. Laura Lee, reporter.
His request surprised none. It's not like he was going to choose Disney World.
The sunrise, waking up the busy city of Duluth, and waking up those sleeping on our streets.
And when I started sleeping here regularly and seeing like the leaves waking up, I'll be like, okay, like, you know, I made it through another night.
Nominees for Outstanding Education, Schools, Youth, long or short form. 10,000 Youth Ice Anglers Project, Pioneer PBS. Faribault Community Schools, Blue Key Media. Julia Batter Nature Teacher, Ron Shera Productions. 2 Schools Paths Demonstrate Joy, Payne of Charter Model, Star Tribune. The regional Emmy goes to 2 Schools Paths Demonstrate Joy, Payne of Charter Model, Star Tribune. Amanda Anderson, video essayist.
I just didn't want us to go through with asking people to vote for closing the school without making it clear that every other option was taken first, and then that the state understands that they're doing it because they have to and would do anything else.
And then she said, no, it's an Emmy. Oh, hi there, good evening. I'm Ian Leonard, the Chief Meteorologist at Fox 9 right here in the Twin Cities. It is an absolute pleasure for me to be here for well, I've hosted 3 times. That's why I have the sparkly coat. This is the 3-time host jacket, and tonight's host is well on his way, my friend Joe Schmit. Would you believe this? Joe has been on the air for 40 years at KSTP. It's time to retire, so Joe, this is it. You can tell everybody how great you are, because I know that, because I'm lucky enough to count you as a personal friend. You're off to other things, keynote speeches, motivational speakers. Many people don't know that Joe is on the international speakers circuit. He is a much sought after author and speaker, and if you have a chance, go shake his hand. Take 5 minutes to get to know the incredible guy that I know. Joe, you're gonna do great tonight. Kind of forgot what I'm doing here. I mean, the sparkles of the coat get me all crazy. Give me just a minute. Oh yeah, okay, so blah, 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 blah. Tip of the hat, tip of the glass to all the nominees. And by the way, the nominees for outstanding weather, environment, and science content. The more I see it in the monitor over there, the more I really love this jacket.
Nominees for Outstanding Weather News. Farmer saves men from freezing to death. WDAY. Remembering the 1950 Duluth Superior Hurricane. KBJR. Watching over Waterville. CARE. Wildfires ravage the Badlands. WDAY. The regional Emmy goes to Watching Over Waterville. CARE. Ian Russell, reporter.
Another pontoon stuck on a lift out here.
It's been years.
All right, Gavin.
Since they've seen this.
Last time I seen water like this in town was what, Gavin? Probably 2014.
As the rain keeps pouring on Waterville.
There's just so much rain coming.
Nominees for Outstanding Weather, Short or Long Form. Spring into Action, ABC 6 Severe Weather Special, KAAL. The regional Emmy goes to Spring into Action, ABC 6 Severe Weather Special, KAAL. Bob Borkowski, Motion Graphics.
Coming up in this ABC6 special report, it's Spring into Action. Tonight, we're breaking down what you need to know when the spring winds start to blow.
From lightning strikes to twisting tornadoes.
Nominees for Outstanding Environment and Science News. Aquatic Robot, CARE. Contaminated Coal Ash, KSTP. Greaves Ballet, CARE. The 3M Tapes, KMSP. Walleye Worry, CARE. Waterfront Fight Near the Wilderness, KBJR. The regional Emmy goes to Greaves Ballet, CARE. Boyd Hupert, reporter.
Greaves are by nature romantics. Males and females swim around a bit upon first meeting,
Doesn't it remind you just a tidbit of a ballerina?
reaching second base with a weed dance.
Nominees for Outstanding Environment and Science, Short or Long Form. A Superior Threat, Pioneer PBS. All About the Pheasant, Ron Shera Productions. Born to Roar, The Birth of Tiger Cubs, Blue Key Media. Ed the Diver, Ron Shera Productions. Is the world's oldest rock hiding in plain sight? Science in the City. Russ Pilegard, Ron Shera Productions. Ryan Rumka, Capturing the Northern Spirit, Pioneer PBS. The City for the Trees, Storytime with Stephen Micah. There are 2 recipients in this category. The regional Emmy goes to Born to Roar, The Birth of Tiger Cubs, Blue Key Media. Dan West, producer. Ed the Diver, Ron Shera Productions. Troy Nechtel, photographer.
Ever since the inception of the Minnesota Zoo in 1978, we have bred many tigers that have gone on to live at other zoos and breed themselves, and we're very fortunate to be a leader in managing tiger populations.
Today, we go below as a diver discovers a new business, hiding in murky water. Meet Ed the Diver.
I love Ian Leonard, but he won't let me borrow that coat. That ticks me off. And tonight we are going to do more than just hand out awards. We're honoring those who push boundaries and the courage that it takes to shine a light into many places that people may ignore. Our next nominees dared to look beyond the comfort zone, to explore inequities, to lift up marginalized voices and wrestle with uncomfortable truths. It isn't just journalism, it's bridge building. Proof our best stories can heal, provoke change, and give unheard voices a platform. Here are your nominees for Outstanding DEI and Societal Concerns Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion News. Experiencing Racism Inspires 12-year-old to Write a Book. WOI. Handcuffed Police Review Boards, KCRG. Revitalizing Des Moines 6th Avenue Corridor, KCCI. Viral video prompts talk between Black Mom and White Fred, KTTC. The Regional Emmy goes to Revitalizing Des Moines 6th Avenue Corridor, KCCI. Olivia Tyler, reporter.
Everything that you would need to have a thriving Black community, that's what the neighborhood had.
There was a very thriving African-American community.
Barbershops, pharmacies, dental offices.
Nominees for Outstanding Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, short or long form. After George Floyd, KMSP. Black Entrepreneurs Day at the Minnesota Capitol. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. The Right Stuff. Pearl Young's Language of Flight. University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. Twin Cities Habitat. Build forward together. Captivate Media and Consulting. Voices. WCC. The Regional Emmy goes to After George Floyd, KMSP. Joe Augustine, producer.
When I reflect on the people that I've spoken with, I just think of all of their stories combined. I mean, we have to really focus on the people aspect of this story, not just a place. It's the people inside of that place.
Nominees for Outstanding Societal Concerns News. A Predictable Tragedy, KSTP. Deadly Exposure, Fentanyl, Killing Minnesota Kids. CARE. Losing Head Start to Communities' Concerns, WDIO. Northland Drug Epidemic, KBJR. The Regional Emmy goes to Deadly Exposure, Fentanyl, Killing Minnesota Kids. CARE, Lauren Lamonchek, reporter.
I deserve where I am right now. I deserve to be in prison.
From the prison of fentanyl addiction to the Shakopee Women's Prison,
I deserve to get justice for my daughter.
Tessa Vorlicki is living in hell.
I have to wake up every day and just think about my daughter.
Nominees for Outstanding Societal Concerns, short or long form. Beyond the Badge, Circle of Discipline, Edina TV. Gilda's Club, The Carl Deemer Story, Atomic K Records and Productions. Iowa Life, Urban Bicycle Food Ministry, Iowa PBS. Lifting Voices, CARE. Passing the Torch of Protection, Marketing Works. Planting a mini forest in Rondo, Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. The Regional Emmy goes to Lifting Voices, CARE. Alexis Rogers, executive producer.
Welcome to Lifting Voices, a CARE 11 special. Lifting Voices is all about the culture of us. It started in 2022 after the murder of George Floyd. And we invest time in highlighting the work of those who lift the voices of others and uplift those who are normally not seen or heard on mediums like this.
Hello, good evening. My name's Olivia. I'm from KCCI. I just want to say thank you to my photographer, Mike Simmons. I wouldn't have won it without him. And also thank you to the community in Des Moines that let us tell this story. I was a new reporter when I was able to tell this story, and it helped me learn the community as well. So I'm very thankful to them and continue to keep telling more stories.
This story wasn't an easy one to tell. Lauren Lamonchek, the reporter on this story, and our team composed a database of more than 24 kids who had died of fentanyl exposure under the age of 7. However, the work is impactful, and we hope that it can change things in the future. And so, to all the children that were lost and the stories that we were able to tell, these awards for them.
Okay, congratulations.
Please welcome the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter Awards Chair, Terrence Thames from Coco Creates.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here to celebrate with us tonight. A big special thank you to our Upper Midwest Emmy chapter members. All right, show of hands. How many members do we have in the room tonight? Let's see the hands. Let's see the hands. Good, good. Whether you're in traditional broadcasts, cable, public, government access, on the web, or independent producers, we all belong here. We all make this community stronger. Board members, go ahead and stand, please. Every board member, please stand. These folks give their time, energy, and heart to represent you. It's because of their dedication to this chapter and the awards process, and most of all to you, that tonight's celebration is possible. We just had elections last month, and we'd like to introduce to you a few of our new board members of the Board of Governors. So we have Jim Berman, General Manager from KSFY, KDL-TV, is our new South Dakota Regional Vice President. Michael Baldwin, the news director at KBJR, is our Minnesota Regional Vice President. And our new public relations representative is Kristen Joyle from KCCI in Des Moines. Let's hear it for them loud and proud, everybody. There is one award tonight that represents the highest honor we can bestow, the Board of Governors Award. This award is solely voted on and approved by our Board of Governors. It recognizes an individual or organization that has harnessed the power of video storytelling and strengthened our communities. Uplift people who live and work in the communities, and to create a lasting impact beyond the screen. Tonight, we honor Home for the Holidays. Give it up. This 8-year partnership between WCCO, the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, and the Minnesota Twins marks an extraordinary milestone, an achievement representing something profound, a functional end to veteran homelessness in Minnesota.
Civilian life was rough. I never had a place of my own.
To be honest with you, my husband, his mental health was not doing the greatest. We fell behind on rent.
20 years it took me out there in the streets.
We actually became homeless a second time.
I went out there panicking every day, trying to find a place.
They're not living, they're existing. They're trying to go from deciding where you're gonna take a shower, where you're gonna eat. That's tough when you have no help and no support at all.
MACV really stepped up and helped us a lot, so they've been wonderful for our family.
MACV came in and gave me something comfortable to sleep at, and I'm happy with that.
And what's the mission of MACV?
To end veteran homelessness in the state of Minnesota.
We appreciate you guys and all you do for veterans. Thank you so much.
We're at the Home for the Holidays Winter Salute for MACV and homeless veterans.
It's one-stop shopping for every veteran who shows up. You get everything you need, partner? All right. You can find housing, you can find jobs, you can find clothes that you may need. You can get a haircut. How's it feel to get a haircut, man? Thank you guys for your service and thanks for being here. And what's most important is you can have a sit-down meal with other comrades and have a conversation.
I don't think I've ever seen all the tables filled up, so thank you so much for coming out.
And I come here not for food. I want to be part of sharing this and hoping that I can get this out to other vets that MACV is there anytime that I need them.
As a female veteran myself, I came back from my deployment and had my own battles and struggles up and down. Being able to use what I've learned and how I've learned to cope to then talk to the veterans, it's an instantaneous bond.
Oh yeah, they understand completely what my husband's been through because he's been through a lot.
Your name is?
I'm Reg Chapman from WCCO.
WCCO is an amazing partnership with MACV because people are really able to see how the money that they give impacts the people that we're working with every day.
Make sure if you need help, you reach out. This community is so supportive of all of you who have taken the oath to serve our country.
MACV is there whenever I need them. Thank you.
Awesome. Honored guests, please welcome Reg Chapman from WCCO and Neil LeDoit, President and CEO of Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans.
Only 1% of the American population takes the oath and decides to serve our country in the military. A lot of those guys and gals are hardcore and afraid to ask for help. I'm so thankful that those soldiers and airmen and Marines allow me into their space to tell their stories of how they've been touched by what MACV is doing for them. I'm also blessed to work with an incredible photojournalist, Chris Cruz, who understands what sacrifice and commitment means. Chris's grandfather is a Korean War veteran and a Vietnam veteran. And for us to share spaces with my comrades as a Gulf War veteran who need help, it's been a blessing. To make MACV a household name is what our goal has been the last 8 years, and have our communication specialists at WCCO, our production staff, our promotion staff, and most of all my managers, Brian Nimitz and Ann Willette, my general manager, who allow us time to tell these stories. It's just an honor. I dedicate this award this year to the outreach people who are out there in homeless encampments, who go into the homeless shelters and find our veterans and make sure they have a place to call home for the holidays. People like James McClodden and Amanda Hooper, I can't thank them enough. There are other people that are so involved with making sure that our veterans have a home for the holidays. So thank you guys for donating, and I hope you donate again this season because we have a lot of work to do to make sure our heroes have somewhere to call home. Thank you.
Our thanks to WCCO and Reg Chapman specifically for telling our veteran stories in such an impactful manner. You know, since the start of our partnership, they've helped us provide stable housing to over 5,000 veterans in Minnesota who are experiencing homelessness. Thank you, Reg, WCCO. And to our partners at the Minnesota Twins who have helped us provide another 2,000 meals to veterans for the Home for the Holidays campaign. Thank you to everybody who supports veterans in Minnesota.
Okay, we are getting to that point where it's almost last call. Don't worry, not for the bar, for the silent auction. Some of you guys were getting kind of, have you bid yet? Have you guys bid yet? What are you waiting for? Have you bid? Right now, remember, all this money goes to the student scholarship. Have you guys bid? Have you bid? You gotta bid. We need you to bid. By the way, there's a special young lady over here we'd like to introduce. Could you please stand up? This is Katie Koppel from KTIV in Sioux City. And you've been hearing a lot from Katie today. She is what we call in the business the voice of God. So you did all the announcing for this. How long did it take you to do that?
Roughly 8 hours. It was a lot of work, but it's been fun to hear my voice of God this evening.
What is it like to come down here? And I know your team has won some awards tonight. That's got to be very, very satisfying.
It is. You know, we work really hard. We're a smaller team in Sioux City, Iowa, and so it's a lot of fun to come down here and meet a bunch of people from the region and get to take part in this great event.
All right. Well, congratulations, and keep up the good work. And you'll be hearing more from you yet tonight, the voice of God.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. By the way, seeing all these young journalists here, it reminds me when I first started off in TV, I used to use pancake makeup. By the time I was done, I was using spackling. So that takes a long time. It tells you how long you've been in the business. Let's move on to our next category. Our next nominees. Watch out for our wallets. They enlighten better read it this way. They enlightened us with their interviews and information. Here are your nominees for Outstanding Interviews, Information, and Consumer Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Informational Instructional. Find Iowa, 99 Counties, Amish Basket Weaving, Iowa PBS. Kilty as Charged, Pioneer PBS. MEPS Made for the Outdoors, Ron Shera Productions. Music is for Everyone, Pioneer PBS. Taste Buds, Holiday Sweets with Zoe Bakes, KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Taste Buds, Holiday Sweets with Zoe Bakes, KMSP. Michelle Truax, producer.
Hello, Taste Buds. It's our Holiday Sweets and Treats episode, and boy, is it a good one. My friend Zoe Francois just had her Zoe Bakes Cookies book come out. She's going to teach us how to make her take on gingerbread that we're going to assemble into these cozy little cabins.
Nominees for Outstanding Interview Discussion. Almanac Election Outcome, Twin Cities PBS. 2024 Clouds Choir Ambassador Morning Show Interview, Atomic K Records and Productions. Governor Walz on At Issue, KSTP. On the Job, Edina TV. The regional Emmy goes to Almanac Election Outcome, Twin Cities PBS. Mary LaHammer, host.
Change is coming here at the Minnesota State Capitol. I'm Mary LaHammer, coming to you from the House of Representatives, where history has been made.
Our job is to restore that balance.
The first Republican woman of color, Lisa Damon.
Nominees for Outstanding Business and Consumer News. Bird flu on Black Friday, CARE. Money, Influence in Louisiana, The Fight Over Cedar Crossing, KCRG. NIMBY versus YIMBY, KBJR. The $22,000 phone call, CARE. Weaver's Leather, CARE. Who benefits, KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Who benefits, KMSP. Nathan O'Neill, reporter.
We are extremely frustrated and disappointed.
It's a chorus of complaints. Another delay issue. Our team of Fox 9 journalists found while digging through hundreds of records.
Nominees for Outstanding Business and Consumer, short or long form. Building Connections at Bricks and Minifigs, Quad Cities Community Television. Rebuilding the American Clothing Industry, Iowa PBS. So You Sunk, Pioneer PBS. Taste Buds, Endless Possibilities, KMSP. Your Money, inside look at the booming sports card industry, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Building Connections at Bricks and Minifigs, Quad Cities Community Television, Corey Lang, producer.
Today, I'm hanging out with the crew of Bricks and Minifigs, a local family-owned Lego shop in Champlin that specializes in, well, bricks and minifigs.
Good evening, nominees. I'm making history tonight as your first ever Upper Midwest Emmy Awards AI guest presenter.
Here, let me change into a form you are more accustomed to. I'm a producer's dream, on demand and tireless. Just type the words and I'll say them.
I can shift look and tone in an instant. Calm analyst one moment, breaking news urgency the next.
I can reflect the communities you serve, any audience, anywhere.
I can tell every story without ever living one.
The people we're honoring here tonight know reporting is not a performance. It's pursuit.
It's being there when the camera isn't rolling. Artificial intelligence can't knock on doors until someone finally answers.
AI can confront power face to face and chase facts that fight to stay hidden. Only you can earn trust.
Tonight, it is my privilege to honor the ones who do what I cannot, the journalists who live the story.
For now.
Nominees for Outstanding Daily News Report. Flower Child, CARE. Heart of It All, CARE. Justice for Malaysia, CARE. Korean War Soldier Comes Home, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Flower Child, CARE. Morgan Wolf, reporter.
She turned 11 on the 12th. She was like our flower child, just carefree.
Nominees for Outstanding Hard News Report. A life-saving tool and team. CARE. Officers overwhelmed as teen car thefts surge. WCCO. Responding to tragedy. WCCO. The regional Emmy goes to a life-saving tool and team. CARE. Lauren Lemanchuk, reporter.
Millions of people have watched this video from April in awe. Strangers rushing to pull a man from a burning car on I-94 that could explode at any moment. The world applauded their bravery.
Nominees for Outstanding Crime and Justice News. A Single Word. KSTP. Cold Case Confession. CARE. Letter and the Law. CARE. Making of a Monster. KMSP. Nowhere to Go. KMSP. The Shot That Changed Everything. KAAL. The regional Emmy goes to Making of a Monster. KMSP. Nathan O'Neill, reporter.
A teacher. A coach. A predator. An investigation revealing the making of a monster and the staggering number of children.
Good evening, everyone. I'm independent journalist Georgia Ford, and I've had the honor of winning 3 Upper Midwest Emmys. Contrary to what some may think, mainstream media and independent media actually have a lot in common. No one ever wants to take responsibility for those spelling errors in the lower thirds. We all do at least 3 jobs, but only get paid for 1. And we all believe in the power of storytelling. But let's be honest, storytelling isn't always easy. Whether you're backed by a big network or standing alone with a camera, the freedom of press is under attack, making courage an essential part of our jobs. And the nominees in this next category represent the best of that courage. Their work reminds us why we do this: to shape culture, safeguard democracy, and spark change. With that said, it's my honor to present the nominees for Journalistic Enterprise and Politics Government Content.
Nominees for Outstanding Journalistic Enterprise. The Power of the Follow-Up, KSTP. The regional Emmy goes to The Power of the Follow-Up, KSTP. Eric Rasmussen, producer.
This all comes down to these new light rail tracks laid too close to those freight tracks here in Minneapolis. Metro Transit only acknowledged the mistake when we started asking questions, and now we know the fix comes with a 6-figure price tag.
Nominees for Outstanding Politics and Government News. No Home on the Range, KBJR. Out-of-State Outrage, KSTP. Red Engines, Red Tape, KSTP. Trouble on Election Day, KSTP. The regional Emmy goes to Red Engines, Red Tape, KSTP. Kirsten Swanson, reporter.
Right now, it probably costs us $4.5 million, maybe $5 million to replace the trucks that would be expired now.
That number is more than double the entire city budget.
And that's just the trucks.
Nominees for Outstanding Politics Government, short or long form. Almanac at the Capitol, Twin Cities PBS. Black Entrepreneurs Day at Minnesota State Capitol. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. Journey from Hmong refugees to Minnesota veterans. Minnesota Senate Media Services. The regional Emmy goes to Journey from Hmong refugees to Minnesota veterans. Minnesota Senate Media Services. Robert J. Facino, producer.
April 30th, 2025 marks the 50th anniversary of the fall of Saigon to Northern Vietnamese forces, which effectively ended the Vietnam War. In the Minnesota legislature, Senator Phong Her has led an initiative to recognize, with official veteran status, the Hmong and Lao soldiers who fought alongside U.S. forces in covert action in Laos decades ago.
Give them all right, great. Let's keep this thing rolling. It's been a great evening so far. It's time for you right now to make sure that nobody got called for unnecessary roughness. I did see a few holding calls, a few of you people holding your Emmys just a little bit too tight. As you might have guessed it is time for the Sports Awards, so grab your peanuts and Cracker Jacks, and here are the nominees for Outstanding Sports Stories and Programs.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports One-Time Special, 22 and Beyond, KGAN KFXA, Call to Cooperstown, Joe Mauer, FanDuel Sports Network, From St. Paul to the Hall, The Joe Mauer Story, KSTP, Joe Mauer, From St. Paul to the Hall, WCCO, The Joe Webb Energy, Vikings Entertainment Network. The regional Emmy goes to Call to Cooperstown, Joe Mauer, FanDuel Sports Network, Nicole Kunkel, producer.
As tough as it is to get into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, it might be just as tough to sum up what this game, this honor, and this moment truly means to me.
Joe Mauer's story is a baseball fairy tale.
Nominees for Outstanding Live Sporting Event Game Season. Minnesota Twins Season Entry, Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Vikings Preseason Broadcast, Vikings Entertainment Network. North Dakota Hockey 2024-25 Season, Midco Sports. St. Paul Saints Baseball 2024, Saints Broadcast Network. The regional Emmy goes to Minnesota Twins Season Entry, Minnesota Twins. Trevor Fleck, producer.
And this one is gone. Jim Colby.
After dominating the division in the mid to late 90s, Cleveland was first challenged by the Twins in 2001. The next few years, it was a rivalry filled with intensity and tension.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Open and Tees. 24-25 Timberwolves City Edition Intro Video, Minnesota Timberwolves. Dream State Shakopee Show Open, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Iowa Hawkeye Gymnastics 2025 Intro Video, Trilix. Showtime Fate and the Viking Warrior, Vikings Entertainment Network. Twins Opening Day Tees, Minnesota Twins. The regional Emmy goes to Showtime Fate and the Viking Warrior, Vikings Entertainment Network. Arthur Koo, producer.
The storm is here.
Hurry up, Artie. Get up. The Vikings right here. That's it. You got to give a speech. Go give your speech, Artie.
Jeez.
I trained him how to edit. That's why.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's Joe. I owe Joe everything up here. Thanks to everybody. There's a huge team of people that work on Showtime. A couple of them are up here. Our lovely ladies that are the cheerleader coaches, captains, choreographers, everything you see. Showtime, if you come to a Vikings game, it's the last 20 minutes or so before the kickoff, and so we like to entertain fans and have a lot of fun with it. So tons of people to thank. Jesse, Lauren, Will, everybody back home at Vikings Entertainment Network. So a lot of fun, and I know I forgot a lot of people because I wasn't expecting Joe to be up here, so we had to give a speech. But thank you, everybody, and see you tomorrow, huh? Who's coming to the game tomorrow? Nobody? Yeah, let's go.
All right. Congrats, Artie. Now just go out and win that. Hey, grab your Emmy. Grab your Emmy. Those guys. All right. It's my honor to present our next nominees for Sports Specials, Games, and Teases. I think, no, we didn't do that one yet. Okay, Sports Specials, Games, and Teases. Did we do that one already? All right. All right. Remember when I said bar time was still open? It is still open. So, the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter has shined a light on exceptional work of our chapter's region's military journalist. We're honoring outstanding journalism from both the home front and across the seas. To present our military award categories, please welcome one of this year's Board of Governor Award recipients. From the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel John Lobald.
Good evening. On behalf of all the airmen, soldiers, sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and yes, even the Space Force Guardians, I extend a heartfelt gratitude for the esteemed members of the Academy for their unwavering dedication in sharing our stories of service. Every year, the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter takes the stage to honor exceptional individuals who tirelessly cover The stories and programs and narratives, it crafts the programs and shed light on those who selflessly serve in our armed forces. Now, here are our nominees for outstanding military content.
Nominees for Outstanding Military News. A Man Cave for the Man. CARE. A Return to Normandy. WCCO. Harlan, the 101-year-old high school graduate. KBJR. Minnesotans who served in the 6888. KMSP. Welcome Home. CARE. The Regional Emmy goes to A Return to Normandy. WCCO. John Lawrenson, reporter.
I'm 101, going on 102. Hell, I'm the luckiest man in the world. Look at me, I'm sitting here.
Papa Jake Larson is always witty, wise, and to the point.
Think of it, I'm walking history.
Nominees for Outstanding Military Long or Short Form. It's Never Left Me, Prairie Public. Never Alone in the Fight, Veterans Bond Goes Beyond Service. Avera Health. Struggle and Success, Women in the Military, Prairie Public. Veterans Cancer Battle, Sanford Health News. Wounded, Prairie Public. The Regional Emmy goes to It's Never Left Me, Prairie Public. Matt Olian, producer.
The experience of being deployed, it's never left me. It wasn't because I was under this intense combat experience, but it was an experience. I think that I'm always going to be a part of you.
Okay, we're just getting it here. Is this your drink?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Boy, I got to put a little more booze in that. By the way, this is Cade Stratman.
Yes.
And I take it you won your first Emmy today.
I did win my first Emmy today.
Because to me, this was really one of the great moments. I might continue this conversation. This was really one of the great moments when you celebrated so hard. So,
I think you came for the drink.
what did that Emmy mean to you?
It meant the world. I mean, I have been doing broadcast stuff since I was 14 years old at a little CTE academy in Sioux Falls, and I also learned a lot from the team, the media camp at KSFY that we talked about earlier. I was in that in 2017, and I've slowly made my way to here, and then to be able to get this is so gratifying, and it just makes me feel so, I just feel the best. I mean, I can't believe I won this, so I really...
Congratulations, and enjoy it, savor it. As a matter of fact, I called your news director, and he told me tonight, you can run a bar tab, put it on your expense account, and just tell them if there's a problem. There we go, yeah. If there's a problem, just say, come to me, Reggie Chapman, and I will make sure that it gets taken care of.
All right, drinks on Reggie.
All right. By the way, you can have this. This is kind of a sweet little drink, though. I'll tell you that. Okay, great storytelling. Sometimes it lifts our spirits and lets us in the joy of everyday moments. Other times it brings us face to face with difficult truths. Here are your nominees for outstanding light features and writing.
Nominees for Outstanding Light News Feature. Caring for Strangers' Gravestones. CARE. Leaving the Light On. CARE. Savoring the Ride on Bus Number 5. CARE. Ship Watching Sensation. WDIO. Stoked for Snow. WDIO. The Regional Emmy goes to Savoring the Ride on Bus Number 5. CARE. Boyd Coopert, reporter.
Never a doubt who'll be first each day on bus number 5.
Good morning, good morning.
This isn't just morning in Truman. For Cheryl Bear,
This is it.
this is life.
Sometimes the kids are a little sleepy on Monday morning.
Nominees for Outstanding News Serious Feature. As luck would have it, WCCO. Half a Heart Still Beats. KAAL. Saving the Fish Fry in Fergus Falls. WDAY. Sunset for a Soldier. CARE. The E-Man Way. CARE. The Regional Emmy goes to Sunset for a Soldier. Care. Boyd Hubert, reporter.
Craig's sunset.
No doubt.
After so many cloudy days, how, they ask, could this possibly be random?
No chance is a sign telling us I'm home, I'm at peace.
Nominees for Outstanding Writer News. Bill Patton's Blue Skies, KMSP. Land of 10,000 Stories, Care. Michelle Beck Composite, Care. The regional Emmy goes to Bill Patton's Blue Skies, KMSP. Timothy Blotz, writer.
It took just a few steps, but Bill Patton was stepping back in time.
I don't know, he's got a margin.
The plane he climbed into 5 years ago was one of the same planes in which he earned his wings nearly 80 years before.
Nominees for Outstanding Writer, Short or Long Form. 21 Roots, Pioneer, PBS. Cleared for Takeoff, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. Taking Flight, Tom Clifford and John Odegaard, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. Tales of the Outdoors, Ron Shera Productions. Vietnam 50 Years Later, WCCO. The regional Emmy goes to Taking Flight, Tom Clifford and John Odegaard, University of North Dakota Aerospace Network. David Kuznicki, writer.
Spring 1964. Despite his short career, Tom Clifford had already seen countless students like this before. The 29-year-old Clifford, a North Dakota native and decorated World War II veteran, was already the youngest dean ever at the University of North Dakota's School of Commerce.
Come up. All right. I don't know what I'm doing here now. There's something. What is our next category? I know what I was supposed to talk. I was supposed to talk about. Don't forget to tweet in X or whatever you do now. And how many of you reporters out there can do this? Do the interview while you're doing this thing. That takes some talent. Our next category, I believe, is the people who sit on the set and bring us the news, weather, and sports. And let's see who comes away with Emmys this year.
Nominees for Outstanding Anchor News. Shanu Her, KMSP. Jana Shortle, Care. Morgan Wolf, Care. Timothy Blotz, KMSP. There are 2 recipients in this category. The regional Emmy goes to Jana Shortle, Care. Timothy Blotz, KMSP.
Welcome back to Political Ethics class. Yes, I hear some of you laughing in the back of the room. Please settle down. So about a month ago, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson encouraged his party not to do in-person town hall meetings as they were getting kind of feisty.
Our top story this half hour is measles, because it's now spreading at a concerning rate all across the country. The Department of Health is now urging parents of school-aged children to get them vaccinated.
Nominees for Outstanding Anchor Weather. Chris Reese, KSTP. Matt Serwe, KSTP. Owen Basselman, KTIV. Zane Satri Composite, KCCI. The regional Emmy goes to Zane Satri Composite, KCCI.
You see quite a bit of snow on the radar, and actually at this time, almost no one was actually seeing snow hit the ground. This is one of those things we often hear from people. They look at a radar image like this and they see, wait a minute, how come the snow is like going around Des Moines? There's like a half circle on the radar. Nominees
for Outstanding Anchor Sports. Ahmad Hicks, KMSP. David Brown, Midco Sports. Keith Murphy, WHO. Owen Sebring, KGAN KFXA. Will Hall, CARE. The regional Emmy goes to Ahmad Hicks, KMSP.
Ahmad Hicks has a lot more in this matchup today. Ahmad, you're sitting all alone, man. You look lonely out there.
It is a little lonely right now, Mark, but that's okay. In a couple of hours, a lot of friends will be here to join us. And I love football.
Nominees for Outstanding Reporter. AJ Legault, CARE. Heidi Wigdahl, CARE. Nathan O'Neill, KMSP. Eric Rasmussen, KSTP. The Regional Emmy goes to Nathan O'Neill, KMSP.
It was a gruesome sight in South Minneapolis.
He came flying around the corner.
A Septrans school bus with a single student on board.
I'm coming from that side. I turn to the left.
Crashing into a pedestrian.
Nominees for Outstanding Program Host and Moderator: Bill Shirk, Ron Shera Productions. Corey Heppola, The Brookshire Company. Stephanie Hansen, KMSP. Tatum Everett, Vikings Entertainment Network. The Regional Emmy goes to Stephanie Hansen, KMSP.
Hi friends, I'm Stephanie Hansen. Let's go! I've been cooking, eating, and talking about it for years.
This is amazingly good.
Now I'm inviting you along for the ride.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Play-by-Play and Analyst: David Brown, Midco Sports. Jay Elson, Midco Sports. Jim Peterson, FanDuel Sports Network. The Regional Emmy goes to Jay Elson, Midco Sports.
Bauman takes the snap.
Doesn't clock it.
Look at wide open Javion Phelps, touchdown, South Dakota!
And oh my goodness, can you believe that?
All right. Jay's not here. You have to like people who love their jobs. We had a little glitch. We had a little technical difficulty. Things were going well until Cade gave me his cocktail, but other than that, I'm blaming it on you. We're going to go back and we're going to go and re-cue the sports stories category. We had a little glitch there, but let's take a look at the nominees for Outstanding Sports Stories.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Story News: A Paul of All Trades, Town Square Television. Back on the Bench, Care. He's Still Here, Care. Smoothing Out the Rough Spots, Care. The Boys of Summer's Final Summer, WDIO. The Regional Emmy goes to He's Still Here, Care. Boyd Hoopert, reporter.
Which helped.
For sure.
Give Justin. And I did.
I took the picture sitting right here.
Jameson at his locker with a visitor.
They're having this conversation.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Story, Short or Long Form: Iowa Life Robbie Erickson, Iowa PBS. Lisa Bluter Retirement Tribute, Hawk Vision Productions. Michaela McCarville's Story, FanDuel Sports Network. Our Wish is to Be Like Carter, Minnesota United FC. The Culture and History of Iowa Football, Trilix. The Legend of 22, Caitlin Clark, Hawk Vision Productions. Through These Doors, Dan Johansson, Never Alone, Midco Sports. Who is Bobby Bryant? Vikings Entertainment Network. There are 2 recipients in this category. The Regional Emmy goes to Michaela McCarville's Story, FanDuel Sports Network. Nicole Kunkel, producer. Our Wish is to Be Like Carter, Minnesota United FC. Sarah Corpy, producer.
We're here for the time of our lives. Seize each moment with laughter and smiles.
She always had quotes on everything. Inhale confidence, exhale doubt. Be awesome today.
What are the odds of having twins? 3 in 100. What are the odds of being born with cystic fibrosis? 1 in 25,000.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Program: Becoming Wild, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Beyond Our Ice, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. The Voyage, Viking Entertainment Network. Twins Pregame Show, Minnesota Twins. Vikings London Pregame Show, Care. The Regional Emmy goes to The Voyage, Viking Entertainment Network. Nate Vaughn, producer.
I was willing to drive up wherever I had to in this place to come get this guy out of here and make him a Minnesota Viking. This gives me great joy, Mr. Aaron Jones.
Go, boy.
This past year was my 40th in television news. It's still the greatest job in the world. I never, ever get tired coming into the newsroom and spending a few hours with the wonderful people at KARE 11. Thank you.
Just want to thank our team at Minnesota United FC for making sure that Make-A-Wish was done the right way, and my amazing team back there at table 46. No one I'd rather eat beef with at a casino. Thanks.
I'm Skip Kruger of the Vikings. Thanks to Coach O'Connell and his football staff for allowing us the access to do this. And then on behalf of Nate Vaughn, who is the man behind this, along with Alex Miller and Ryan O'Neill, Skol.
I was just thinking, it's great that the Vikings have won all these trophies, but it seems to me they're missing one. Blame it on Kate. Blame it on Kate. Our next award goes to the producers. And if I could just take a moment to talk about producers, because I sincerely believe the toughest job in every newsroom is the producers. They don't get, when everything goes well, that's what is expected. When something goes wrong, they blame the producers, and they have people second guessing them. So this next award is coming up for the people behind the scenes, the talented producers.
Nominees for Outstanding Evening Newscast, Markets 121 Plus. KAAL, May 19th, 2025, 6 p.m. evening broadcast. KTTC News at 6, First Alert Day. Siouxland Historic Floods, News 4 at 6. KTIV. WDIO News at 6, Northland Wildfires. The Regional Emmy goes to Siouxland Historic Floods, News 4 at 6. KTIV. Brandon Irvine, producer.
Live from Siouxland's News 4. This is KTIV News 4.
I've never seen anything like this.
Right now at 6, utter devastation. We're getting our first look at the damage done.
Nominees for Outstanding Evening Newscast, Markets 76 through 120. KELOLAND News at 6. KVLY covers breaking news. Remembering July 14th, WDAY. The Regional Emmy goes to Remembering July 14th, WDAY. Ben Breeke, executive producer.
1 year since the unthinkable.
But it also feels like it happened like yesterday, too.
Our community comes together to honor, respect, and remember the sacrifices made on July 14th.
Yeah, I think the importance.
Nominees for Outstanding Evening Newscast, Markets 1 through 75. Fox 9 News at 5, honoring Jamal Mitchell, KMSP. KARE 11 News at 10. WCCO Sunday 10 p.m., 5 years since George Floyd. The Regional Emmy goes to WCCO Sunday 10 p.m., 5 years since George Floyd. Andrew Walker, producer.
5 fleeting years.
A lot of tears, a lot of memories. It's so heavy.
Since a Minneapolis murder sent a shockwave around the world.
To actually be standing here is just a surreal moment.
Sparked powerful protests.
Say your name and station.
Thank you to everybody, especially my news team who put in incredible hours covering flooding. 16 counties, 2 states, over 2 weeks we spent covering this one story. So for one newscast to be singled out, it doesn't do justice to everything we did last summer, but thank you nonetheless.
I just got to say that we all work so hard, and I have such a passionate team, and we wouldn't be here without them. So thank you guys over at CCO. Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations. Some stories deserve more than just a headline. They deserve more time, deeper exploration, and a platform to bring communities together. Here are your nominees for News Special, Continuing Coverage, Public Affairs, and Special Events.
Nominees for Outstanding News Special: Fox 9, Good Day Live at Target Field, KMSP. George Floyd, 5 years of change and challenge, KSTP. Greenfield Strong, 1 year later, KCCI. Greenfield Strong, 1 year later, WOI. Honoring a Hero, 1 year later, KVLY. Murder Mystery, A Cry for Justice, KXMB. The Murder of George Floyd, 5 years later, CARE. Town Too Tough to Die, Hilbert Tornadoes, 10 years later, KTIV. There are 2 recipients in this category. The Regional Emmy goes to Greenfield Strong, 1 year later, WOI. Stephanie Engelson, Anchor. The Murder of George Floyd, 5 years later, CARE. Jennifer Griffin, Executive Producer.
1 year ago, a date many Iowans will never forget.
Just wanted to call and let you know I just got hit with a tornado.
A town devastated, a community torn apart.
We've been hit by a tornado on 409 Southeast 2nd Street. They just not killed her.
This is a new day. This is something beautiful.
Nominees for Outstanding Continuing Coverage: Fravel on Trial, KAAL. Housing Hustle, CARE. Prison Drug Smuggling, WCCO. Teen in Runaway Vehicle Saved by Minnesota Troopers, WDAY. The Regional Emmy goes to Housing Hustle, CARE. AJ Legault, multimedia journalist.
Stephen's signature. Oh, man. Which he allegedly signed on 8/28/23 was in fact authored the next day, 8/29, by someone named Watts Haneen. Who's Watts Haneen?
Nominees for Outstanding Public Affairs Program: Almanac 40th Anniversary Special, Twin Cities PBS. At Issue, May 25th, 2025, KSTP. Ellipsis Residential Program, Trilix. Inside Senior Living, PBS North. Itasca Project 20 docuseries, Ray McKenzie Group. The Regional Emmy goes to Ellipsis Residential Program, Trilix. Brett Adams, producer.
It is hard for me to imagine a more vulnerable person in our state than a child who has experienced such serious abuse or neglect within their family unit.
Nominees for Outstanding Special Event Coverage: KS95's 12th Annual Clouds Choir for a Cause, Atomic K Records and Productions. Nordic Echoes, Pioneer PBS. The Regional Emmy goes to KS95's 12th Annual Clouds Choir for a Cause, Atomic K Records and Productions. Carl Deemer, producer.
Thank you on behalf of WOI Local 5 in Des Moines. Thank you to the Greenfield community for their resilience and allowing us to tell their stories where they didn't just recover, they thrived. Thank you to my colleagues, both here on stage with me and back at home, and everyone behind the scenes doing their best in a quickly changing industry. Thank you, everyone, so much.
I'm Jennifer with Care 11. I had the fortune of EPing and producing our George Floyd special marking 5 years. Thank you to my team for allowing me to do this and for trusting me to share the story that has really impacted our community so greatly. Thank you.
One of my favorite quotes is from Al Tompkins with Poynter, who said, just about the time the newsroom's getting tired of a story, the living room is just starting to figure it out. And I think that's fitting for this award for continuing coverage, which is 2.5 years in and still going for our team. So thank you.
I want to thank the entire Twin Cities community for the past 12 years of Cloud Square.
that was the last year. Please continue to support children's cancer research. Zach, you don't have to be dying to prove, sorry. And to quote Zach Sobiak, who wrote the song Clouds, you don't have to be dying to start living. Thank you.
All right, we're getting to the end. Because I skipped over one award, I just got a call. It's a good thing I retired. Pete Hegseth just took my press credentials away from me, so I'm cooked. Next, we're going to move on to documentary filmmakers. That is what I believe is supposed to be up there. Documentary filmmakers, your award just got bigger because if you win the award here regionally, you will automatically be put into the national competition for a national Emmy. So documentary workers work really hard. They put a lot of heart and soul in it. They live with their subject for many times over a year. Let's take a look at outstanding work in documentaries.
Nominees for Outstanding Documentary Cultural: Finding Manuman, A Search for the Spirit of Wild Rice, Minnesota Public Radio. Journeys of Identity, Town Square Television. Knit with Love, Pioneer PBS. The Pope's Visit to Iowa, Iowa PBS. WCCO at 75, The Stories That Shaped Us. The regional Emmy goes to Finding Manuman, A Search for the Spirit of Wild Rice, Minnesota Public Radio. Leah Lem, Director.
There are a lot of ways that I practice my culture, but ricing was never one of them, and I sort of felt bad.
Nominees for Outstanding Documentary Historical: Broadcast Wars Episode 1, Twin Cities PBS. Cold War Secrets of Northern Minnesota, PBS North. Held in Minnesota, Untold World War II POW Stories, Pioneer PBS. No Stars, How Minnesota Lost Pro Hockey, KMSP. Return of the Trumpeters, Steve Devon Films. Steel, Salt, Crash and Salvage, Pioneer PBS. The Empire Builder, James J. Hill and the Great Northern Railway, Sadis Filmworks. When Rubber Hit the Road, Fireside Productions, LLC. There are 2 recipients in this category. The regional Emmy goes to Held in Minnesota, Untold World War II POW Stories, Pioneer PBS. Susan Marks, producer. When Rubber Hit the Road, Fireside Productions, LLC. BJ Hollers, producer.
The story of the prisoner of war camps in Minnesota, people don't know much about it today.
We had Germans, they were from World War II, they were prisoners working just north of the house here, 100 yards.
When you take a look at companies, the 10 largest companies in the year 1900, there's only one that still exists, so companies are probably like people, they have a lifespan.
Nominees for Outstanding Documentary Topical: A Life in Motion, the Alex Mujeres Story, Pioneer PBS. All In, the SPPS Literacy Journey, Captivate Media and Consulting. Dream State, Shakopee, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Hidden Middle, Runestones and Deepfakes, Propellant Films. On the Edge, People and Polar Bears of a Warming Arctic, WCCO. The Apple River Stabbing, Convicting Nikolai Mew, KMSP. The regional Emmy goes to Dream State, Shakopee, Minnesota Wild Hockey Club. Matt Hussey, executive producer.
I've got so many positive and fond memories. I'm gonna miss you guys. It's been a heck of a ride. We've checked all the boxes this year.
Good job, everyone. Congratulations, seniors, on an awesome season. Seniors, that's your guys' legacy.
Say who you are.
I'm Leah Lem with NPR News. Hey, I just want to say thank you so much, and thank you to my tribe, the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe, and the community there to help me discover the spirit of wild rice, and of course my team at NPR News, and Lindsay Siebert, Ben Garvin, and my family. Thank you.
Matt Hussey with Minnesota Wild. Thank you all. Thanks to all the nominees.
It looks better with that.
Thanks to the Minnesota Wild and Sasquatch, Ian Fritz, Connor Murphy, Aaron Huber. Amazing time. Thanks to Shakti High School. Thanks.
Before we go, I just want to say just a couple things that I learned. My wife reminded me I was in broadcasting for 6 decades. And what I learned is what we do is important. And what we do not only improves people's lives, it can change their lives. And I think sometimes we take that for granted. We are not in the broadcasting business. We're in the relationship business. Not only the relationship you have with your coworkers and the relationship you have with the people you're doing stories on, but the relationship with the people who say, I choose you to watch you tonight or this morning, and I trust you to give me the news. And I know the First Amendment in the news business is getting ripped a lot lately, but what I see in this room tonight is I see the future's pretty damn bright. And I'm proud to say that I did this for a long, long time. So I just had to get it off my chest. Thank you. All right. Okay, for the nightcap, let's honor the visionaries, mentors, and strategic thinkers who guide their teams, inspire their great teams, greatness, and set the standard for integrity. Here are your nominees for outstanding special achievements.
Nominees for outstanding community service: Building Bridges, Care 11 Community, Inside Senior Living, PBS North, KS95's 12th Annual Clouds Choir for a Cause, Atomic K Records and Productions, Spread Love with Locks, ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com, Vietnam 50 Years Later, WCCO. The Regional Emmy goes to Vietnam 50 Years Later, WCCO. Pauline Lee, Executive Producer.
There is certainly a level of regret. We still have a part of our heart on the other side of the world that we know we belong there too.
When you lose your written language or your Vietnamese language, you lose your people.
Nominees for Outstanding Sports Excellence: Vikings Entertainment Network. The Regional Emmy goes to Vikings Entertainment Network. Brian Harper, Executive Producer.
I am the storm. The storm is coming.
Nominees for Outstanding News Excellence: Care 11 News. KCCI is Iowa's news leader. Northern News Now, KBJR. WCCO4 News, WDAY. The Regional Emmy goes to Care 11 News. Stacy Nogi, News Director.
Over the year that followed, Tori has been held up by friends like Chris in a neighborhood that proudly displays law enforcement blue.
Nominees for Outstanding Overall Excellence: Care 11. KCCI is Iowa's news leader. KTIV News 4. The Regional Emmy goes to Care 11. Doug Weeder, General Manager.
Tonight, Care 11 Investigates exposes thousands of fake home repair businesses, tens of thousands of customers tricked, and millions of dollars in suspicious profit. Here's AJ Legault with Phantom Fixers.
I'm Pauline Lee with WCCO. Vietnam 50 Years Later was all about shedding light on stories that are often compressed into a paragraph or maybe a chapter, if we're lucky, in an American history book. To the Vietnamese community, the Lao, Hmong, and Cambodian community, thank you for allowing me the privilege to share your stories. And a special thank you to 2 Vietnamese refugees who made the daring trip from Vietnam in the days before and following the fall of Saigon. My parents, who are here tonight on table 21. This renewed why I went into journalism. For all the journalists in the room tonight, it is not to beat the journalists sitting at the table next to you. It is definitely not to beat any news show or program owned by your networks. News directors in the room, lead your newsrooms to strive for more substance than that. Make a difference in your communities, and not just the communities that look like you, act like you, and talk like you, because we are all part of the community. To my extraordinary team, Tracy Perlman, Jim Ankney, Sam Gullickson, and so many others, thank you for your hard work, and a special thank you to photojournalist Arthur Phillips, an extraordinary man who pushed me to make this dream of 15 years a reality. I could not have done it without you. Thank you.
For the Sports Excellence Emmy, I liked our chances because we were the only nominee, but in all seriousness, thanks to our owners for the unbelievable support, and then a talented and passionate group of people throughout the Vikings who helped make this happen. Skål.
Apparently I don't get a statue because I got this. No, I'm kidding. This award is just couldn't be, I mean, look at this. What a great night, what a great team. There's nothing more I can say about that. The real true honor right here.
Yeah, I have to say I agree with Stacy. I'm not really sure why my name is on this award because I think I had the least to do with earning it. I just have the privilege to work with an incredible team. I wish I could be like Katie Heron at the end of Mean Girls, who breaks up the homecoming and throws little pieces of it everywhere. And Stacy, I mean, what an amazing news director. I cannot stress how talented Stacy is, how giving, how caring, how committed she is. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with you over the past couple of years. So. But everyone in this room is a winner tonight, truly. I mean, the work we do is incredibly important, now more so than ever, so I just ask everyone to please just steel your spine and keep up the fight, okay? God bless and have a great night.
Hey, as long as you guys are up here, do you guys sing? Because a lot of those award shows at the end, they sing some song. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. Fantastic job. By the way, we start a little bit late, but we're going to end on time. How about that? That's a wrap. Now, let's hear a round of applause for all the nominees, the winners who blew us away with their incredible work. All right? Putting on a show like this is a beast. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Let's thank the crew from Town Square Television and our director, Addison Turno from WCCO, for taking this on. They did a great job. We also want to thank our sponsors, including Blaze, for coming up and stepping up in the community like they always do, helping us celebrate these outstanding achievements. Quick housekeeping note, if you're walking out with a regional Emmy, don't forget to grab a shiny box. The boxes are out in the hallway, so you have a place to put your Emmy. And no statuettes left behind, because if you leave it behind, they're going to have to charge you $50 to mail it to you. Regional Emmy and Nomination Award order information is in your program because this never stops. You can visit MidwestEmmys.org. If you like retail therapy with bragging rights, you can buy some stuff back there too. Don't forget, on behalf of the Upper Midwest Emmy chapter, thank you for joining us. It's been a blast. I'm Joe Schmit. That's a wrap. I need a shower.